Update on my other orchids. Here we have a spike on my cherry baby. I got this plant in October. It's giving me a spike. I caused that damage doing some stupid experiment. There's a lot of bulbs on this beast. It's a pretty big plant. It's planted in a moss mix, in a clay pot with extra holes. Seems to be pretty happy, sending out Miltonia. Yep, there it is. A few new growths. Right there. One over there. Oh, two over there. There's a little one there. Little one there. 1, 2, 3. There's another kind of sad looking one in there. 4. And yeah, I don't know. That's my cherry baby. This is a Miltonia. It was a rescue. It's potted in here. Look, some roots are coming out the bottom. It's growing like a weed, but I just can't keep these damn leaves from wrinkling. See, this is my just wrinkling like crazy. It's in a moss mix. Just enough. What are they barking? Much sweet collar I just made. Sweet collar. Crazy dog. Alright, here. This is a Beallara. It's the Howard's Dream. And I got it, oh gosh, I can't remember, a few months ago. But it came with this new growth, and this new growth has been growing really well. So, pretty excited about that. It's in a type of, it's potted in a pro mix, or a mud, I guess. And I'm actually going to leave it in that, because the new growth is doing really well in there, so I don't want to mess with it. If you repot when there's new growth, it can stunt it. I learned that from my cherry baby. So that's Beallara. Here we have the spider orchid, which I burnt horribly. Here's Cookie. I left it in the car when I was shopping. This one has the biggest, fattest leaves. But even though I burnt it, I have new growth coming in. New growth in here. Right down there. And this guy is new growth that I grown. So we'll see. No spikes. Hopefully that'll spike for me. It's a pretty cool plant. I like its spidery leaves. And it smells sweet and spicy. Here we have my Cymbidium, which the flowers are starting to die and drop off. But I just can't bring myself to cut it. It's pretty big. It's going to be living outside this summer. Doing pretty well. I'm not going to repot this one. I think it's in a decent sized pot. And I also have boop, new growth right there. So there's a little new growth. And I don't really like to mess with plants when they have new growth. Like I said, I learned that the hard way. So that's my Cymbidium. It smells good. Does it still? Yeah, it still smells good. This here is my Zygonisia. One of the leaves is down and back. It has a new growth right here. It's growing really well. I'm also thinking about repotting this into like a pro mix. Maybe once the new growth is more mature. So that's my Zygonisia, which has crazy long leaves. I mean, look at this. Look at this leaf. It's so long. See? Yeah. I wish leaves were only this big, but it looks like my new growth, mature growth, is going to be really long. It's a big plant. Then we have some paphiopedilums. This one is the bulldog paph. Have a little leaf grown in there. No spikes as of yet. This guy's pretty cool. It's a big yellow flower. Absolutely love it. It's such a happy, fun flower. The leaves on this beast get so long. I actually had to cut one. Yeah, see, this one was like over a foot long. I had to cut it. It was a mess. And that's that paphiopedilum planted in a bark moss mix in plastic with holes. This one is one of the cool leaf pattern paphiopedilums, and I have new growth right in there, so I'm really happy about that too. I guess my orchids are happy with me. Not all of them. Also planted in a bark moss mix. And then we have one of my Phalaenopsis orchids, which flowers are starting to go on it. Got this for Christmas, and it's April, so yeah, it's doing pretty well. But I have this one I got for my birthday from a friend. It came from, oh, I think it came from the grocery outlet. It was smashed in a tiny pot. So I up-potted it. I potted it in a bigger pot, and the pot was too big. So I ended up rotting the roots. So I had severe root rot. I noticed that the color of the leaves were already like this, that weird brownish color when I got it. But it's just gotten worse. So I took it out of the pot that I had repotted it into. This was the second time I repotted it. Cut off all the dead roots, because there were a few. And I don't know, I guess it's doing okay. There's a new leaf growing. So only time will tell. This one is now in plastic with some holes and large bark medium. Alright, over here I have my newest addition, which is an Encyclia cordigera or something like that. Part of the Cattleya family, so this is my first Cattleya type of orchid. The reason I got it is because every time I'd go to Trader Joe's I would see this orchid and think, oh, it's really cool, but I don't need another orchid. And then I'd look at the bulbs and I'd think, oh my god, those are the coolest looking bulbs I've ever seen. But I said, no, I don't have any room for an orchid. And then one day I took my daughter and showed her this orchid. I told her it had been there a while, and she said, you have to get it, you have to get it. I go, I don't know, I really like this other one. She goes, no, you have to get this one, they'll be so happy. And I smelt it. Oh, it smells amazing. So now it's living in my house. It's really cool. I'll be repotting this one in more of a bark mix, because right now it's in that mud with moss top to it. Yeah. So that'll be a project. I'll video the repotting of that. Then over here we have my Zygopetalum. This guy is kind of a seedling, I think. When I bought it, the leaves were only like this big. But this one has two different plants. And I just potted them together for ease of watering. This plant, this side, I had cut the spike sooner because it broke. And this side I did not cut the spike until the flowers dropped. So this side we have leaves growing way taller. They were both the same size when I got them. Leaves are growing taller on this side, but this side has new growth. Two, actually. I have one here and one tiny one right in there. Right in there. Can you see this too close? There it is. Right there. So it's a tiny little new growth there. This guy's growing like a weed. Here in my south-facing growing window, we have my Tolumnias, which are doing fabulous. Did a little video on this. This one is spiking. I have a spike on that one. This one, blooms are about to burst open. And that one up there, flowers are dropping, but it's sending out a secondary spike, which I'm pretty excited about. Over here, we have a rescue, why am I drawing a blank right now? Phalaenopsis. Got this for $2 at Petco, of all places, and check it out. I only got it a few months ago and I already have a spike and a new leaf. So this plant is saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for saving me. Can't wait to see what it looks like. And I almost killed it. Now it's doing pretty well. Except the root tips look kind of weird right now. Kind of turning, maybe it's because they're getting too much sun. Root tips are turning kind of reddish. Kind of weird. That root's doing well. So, I don't know. But this baby's about to bloom for the first time in almost 2 years. I'm so excited because I've almost forgotten what it looks like. I think it's a purpley yellow. Here we have a sad orchid. I don't know what to do with this one. Oh god, I guess we can't be good at growing them all. I'm about ready to throw in the towel on this one. I really liked it. I overpotted it. Don't overpot your orchids because it causes them to rot. Because you can't tell how much water you're giving them, or you're going to always give them too much water if there aren't enough roots to take up the water. That's why overpotting, I didn't realize, I had to learn the hard way. Overpotting is a death sentence for Phalaenopsis orchids. It is. This one is totally rotted, but look what it's doing. You see that? It's desperately trying to survive. This one was so quick. After I had gotten it, it was so quick to send out more flowers. I thought, oh wow, must be a really happy plant. Well, I think its problems had started long before this happened. Sometimes if your orchids are so quick to bloom, it means they're not healthy. It means that they're sending out blooms because they want to survive. They want their generation to move on. This one is just... I have too many orchids. I think I'm going to have to say goodbye to this one. This guy, which is another one of my firsts. Almost killed this one too. And it's doing really well. Got a new leaf coming. I have a spike. I have another spike which I cut back. I got 2 branches off of. So pretty. This is my old trusty. Now, this is an old leaf. That's just the natural cycle of leaves dying off. But we have a new leaf coming in. So this one is doing pretty well. It's in a bamboo type pot. Decomposable. So I'm pretty happy about this one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 on here, 5. Then we have 6, 7, maybe 8, 9. Not bad. Not bad for this guy. Usually I only get 5 on one spike.